cannot go around here through me to get to my father law, for he and I are one and the same. Now you see what must be done before you can be a universal architect.
Universal justice. Balance scale, divine righteous judgment. Now be the black man time. Fuck if you trust this, you gonna feel the positive vibe. Oh, we gon' bust quick. How do you filthy as lies? Young black people need to learn who you are and understand why you're light skin, brown and dark. And always know where the sun get the heat to stay hot. Stand firm in your square and you never will stop. Rock out with your cock out and never drop out. You be the masters of subconscious, ultra builder, no doubt. You build a planet real fast, ultra smooth with no sound. You build a planet real fast, ultra smooth with no sound.
Sun's in sight, katana swore me my call. I fast to meditate upon that cipher hall. Assimilate your fate along the brigade.
You cannot go around here through me to get to my father law, for he and I are one and the same. Now you see what must be done before you can be a universal architect.
Universal justice. Balance scale, divine righteous judgment. Now be the black man time. Fuck if you trust this, you gonna feel the positive vibe. Oh, we gon' bust quick. How do you filthy as lies? Young black people need to learn who you are and understand why you're light skin, brown and dark. And always know where the sun get the heat to stay hot. Stand firm in your square and you never will stop. Rock out with your cock out and never drop out. You be the masters of subconscious, ultra builder, no doubt. You build a planet real fast, ultra smooth with no sound. You build a planet real fast, ultra smooth with no sound.
Sun's in sight, katana swore me my call. I fast to meditate upon that cipher hall. Assimilate your fate along the brigade.
You cannot go around here through me to get to my father law, for he and I are one and the same. Now you see what must be done before you can be a universal architect.
Certain shit, like, yo, this after hours. You know, this is why the cameras, right before we touch the cameras off.
Peace. What's happening, everybody?
Peace, peace.
World out there. Peace to all the gods, the earths, man, the positive people in the universe, man. I will that this stream and podcast is finding everybody, man, and good energy and the sound mind and the sound body, man, and everything is all good and right and exact with your life and your mind, man. Me and my man IC is in the building.
Peace.
We kicking it all the way live. Y'all know how we do, man. We in here for another episode of the God and Earth Hour podcast, man. Peace to y'all. I will that everybody's feeling good, feeling righteous. You know, it's another episode of the Friday Night Cipher, man. Me and IC just up in here to kick it, man, and just kind of go through a few things that we was already building on. And just, you know, and get some questions, man. Connect with the people, you know, dialogue, add on in the positive light, man. Y'all know how we do whenever we can and any and all ways. I see, man. Anything you want to add on? Bring it up to the stage real quick.
I'm going to say peace to everybody, you know. Welcome back, you know what I'm saying, to our Friday Night Cipher. We're going to make sure that, you know, y'all get an earful. Make sure okay, you got me on there now?
Good.
Okay, yeah, peace. You know, all the positive people in the universe. Peace to everybody, you know what I'm saying, man, woman, and child. You know, yeah, but here we are tonight, Friday night. We're here to give it to you hot off the press. You know how we do. So, you know, tonight I want to make sure y'all get interactive with us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all call in, give us some feedback. You know what I'm saying? Give us, you know, your thoughts, whatever thoughts is on your mind. Maybe something you want to talk about. Maybe something you want us to add on with or whatever. You know, make sure you give us that feedback tonight, you know?
Word, yeah, peace, God. And I mean, you know, like I said, I had the one build that we was building on and that I had a question about, man, one of the things I was going to throw out. And I know you just kind of jumped in and added right on to it. But we're going to get on to that, as well as a few other things. I don't really have no music tracks tonight. We got some real dope ones, man. We just going to hold up and we working to really build up some more. So, look, that's another point that I wanted to make, too, starting off, man. If you God, if you Earth, or you somebody that's in this knowledge and in the knowledge of yourself, man, and you making dope music and influencing, putting a positive message out there, send us an email, man. Send us your track, shoot it in the inbox for us. We want to send you, give you some promotion. We want to play your joint. We want to help give you some exposure. We want to expose our audience to what it is that you're doing and positive people that's among our culture and among our way of life, man. So, without further ado, man, I just want to get into one of the things that I want to add on to and willfully to spark some minds and spark some questions, man. You know, what me and the guy was building on was some of the science, man, about black masculinity. You know what I mean? Why black masculinity is necessary, why it's under attack. You know, why the black man in the wilderness of North America is under attack, man, and what can be done? You know, some of the science about just counteracting that. And even just I just wanted to kind of go into some of the science as a whole, because I think it's so many people that don't understand what it means and some of the stakes and what are some of the things that black men and young black men are up against and why they are up against them, man.
And let me give a disclaimer.
Go ahead,
because
God.
it's not just black masculinity. It's masculinity as a whole.
Word.
You know, so we got to make sure that we keep that in mind. But however, we know that black masculinity has been under attack for years. You know, it's been a part of the system of oppression. You know, one of the most vital parts. You know, so.
Yeah, no, true indeed, God. I'm with you. I'm with you all day. I can see that. So no, what I
Why
was
is it under attack?
right. That's what I was going, God. And just to get it going, man, I think that black black masculinity is something that's under attack because, I think the key to preventing, one of the many goals in what we know for a long time are the same people that brought the so-called American Negro over to this country and changed, man, and the rich, wealthy elite who rule and control the world and the population, man. One of their goals for a long time has been to prevent the rise of the black people, man, of the former so-called American Negro, the former slave, the former man. Go ahead, God. What you about to say?
It was a part of the directive
I'm
of the
telling you.
FBI
I know that's right.
to stop the rise of the black messiah. You know what I'm saying? And you already know he ain't do that. You know, we got
Right.
the firstborn. You know what I mean?
True indeed.
However, that was part of the directive. You know what I'm saying? So it's been that's why I say, and that's what I mean when I say that it's been a part of the system of oppression. You know, against the idea of the black man and the black man's masculinity.
Well,
You know?
in God, I think even the point with that, one thing that I wonder was kind of going to is just it's like, why though? Why attack black masculinity? Why attack the very foundation of a family, of a culture, of a very civilization of people? Why aim your attack or your assault there, God? You want to kind of start off on that?
God, I think that the answer lies right within the beginning of your question. Why make an attack on the very foundation of the black family? That's why. Because it's the foundation. And once you put an attack on that, and you can break that down, you done broke the whole system of the family. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about a black perspective. And then ultimately what you do is you create yourself a hell of a workforce. That's really what you do. You create yourself a better workforce. Because once the family is broken, then, everybody go their separate ways. And you got the old classic, the most classic form of divisiveness. You put them against each other. You make them fight one another. You know what I'm saying? You start telling lies amongst them. You know what I'm saying? Causing them to fight and kill one another. And once you can do that, then, the form of division that you wanted, you don't create it. You know? And that's why you can see that there's an atmosphere on social media nowadays that's real thick with the black man is pitted against the black woman and the black woman is pitted against the black man. To the point where you have so many different shows on YouTube and so many different content creators, and they're creating shows, and the whole basis of their shows is to show how you have this division between the two. And so they say that, black women are giving up on black men, and black men are giving up on black women, and everybody trying to go out to the diaspora and different places and whatnot where original people are, and want to choose other types of original people, whatever. Some even, choosing Europeans, and to each his own. However, I'm just striving to identify the fad that's being the norm, and that's just that's an example of showing how we're getting away, from that traditional idea of what we call black masculinity, and that's why it's under attack.
And God, one point that I wanted to go to, even on that, and one thing that even I was going to, even when we was talking, me and a few other guys was talking earlier, Dr. Cress Wilson, she talked about how the destruction of black masculinity for in the, and I want to make this point too before I go into there. What we have to understand is that there was a very heavy society of the so-called white elite, of the power structure elite, that formed the very mindset of early America. And part of that mindset was highly based in the understanding that in order for there to be genetic survival of certain of the so-called favored races, that a pathway or a system of systematic destruction had to take place on the part of the so-called unfavored races, or the ones that the people that they said was feeble-minded or poor, all the ones that they categorized. God, they really went under a whole mission to, carry out breaking down the family so that they could, further their agenda and further where they wanted to go. At least think where they further they wanted to go by and so-called preserving themselves, man. And for more understanding on this, you can look up the history of eugenics. People like Francis Galton and Margaret Sanger, and these individuals who taught these mindsets. Go ahead, God. What you about to say?
No, I'm saying Hitler.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, God, but I thought didn't Hitler study Francis Galton and all of the boys from the American Eugenics Society and coming up with his science?
Yeah, he studied Helen Blavatsky as well. Dealing with the secret doctrine or whatnot. And so I mean, his idea was striving to come up with what he called the supreme man.
Ooh.
So they all just definitely studied eugenics, and Planned Parenthood was right along with them, like you said, Margaret Sanger.
Well, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Planned Parenthood was formerly named the American Eugenics Society.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Their whole idea was to, increase fertility in the European community.
Ooh.
And decrease fertility in the black community. And that's how their programs were set up. And that's why to this day you'll see that they have certain, they have fertility clinics set up in European-based neighborhoods, but they have abortion clinics set up or had abortion clinics set up in, black neighborhoods.
Still do. Yeah. Still do, God. And I mean, I think even part of their program was deeper than that, guys. So you got to remember, you also had the negative eugenics. Well, remember, you had programs that went all the way into the very fabric of society and the system and structure of America, to where in certain places, if you didn't agree to get sterilized, or if you didn't agree to not having children, they would cut off your food stamps. You know what I'm saying? They would cut off your access to certain services. You got stories of girls being forcefully sterilized, you know what I mean, at a young age in certain places.
This is another part of the reason why the whole idea, and I had to explain to a lot of people why you have a lot of original people that are anti-vaccine. Or don't want, God. And not even so much anti-vaccine, but don't want to go and get this COVID thing. Because, you could go, I remember a movie I watched called Mrs. Evers' Boys. And they had this thing that they called the shot. And the Europeans came into the community and they was trying to teach the people about this disease that was going on. When they first came, they came with all white people. The white people coming to the neighborhood and they trying to talk to the original people. And the original people wasn't feeling them. And they had to go back to the drawing board. And when they went back to the drawing board, they realized, like, it was a sister that was in there. And she was telling them certain things. And they realized, like, hold on, wait a minute. You could go and talk to them. We could use you as the buffer between us and them. And her name was Miss Evers. And so they used her to go back into the neighborhood. And when they went back into the neighborhood, she was able to go and tell them, like, listen, y'all need to come around, listen, because there's a certain bug going around. And when this bug going around, once you get it make you real sick. And once you get so sick, it ain't no coming back from that. So y'all need to get this shot. And once y'all get this shot, it'll make you immune to it. She probably didn't use the word immune, but however, she let them know, like, you'll be all right. If you come in contact with it, you ain't got to worry about it. It'll be easy on you. And so the people started lining up to get what they call the shot once they heard the sister telling them what they need to do. And this is where you get the Tuskegee experiment.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I know he was going.
Yeah.
And even when in the book, and I read a book that talk about it called Bad Blood. I can't remember the author offhand, but the book is called Bad Blood. But what they wrote in there from people's testimony, she was telling them that you had bad blood. That in order to avoid the bad blood,
I do remember that. Yeah,
you needed to get the shot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
the bad blood, that was the bug. Because you know what the bug is. Yeah. You got a bug going around the community. Everybody start getting sick, and everybody got the stomach flu at the same time.
Peace.
That's a bug. We know what that is.
Yeah, but meanwhile, unbeknownst to those men, they had been unknowingly administered the syphilis virus.
Word.
And the syphilis virus ran unchecked in the Tuskegee community for 40 years, man.
Because they wanted to see how it was going to affect us.
Well, the object of the experiment was to test the human willingness to withstand the syphilis virus over time, and the effects that the syphilis virus will have on the human population. God, they was testing a biological weapon. But
they had to look at it from a black perspective and a white perspective. That's the whole science of why you even have what we call a lab rat. This is the Friday night Cipher, Freestyle Friday tonight. You know what I'm saying? This is how we do it. It may seem like we jumping from topic to topic. However, whatever we done been building on, you make sure you chime in and give us some feedback. If you got a question, you know what I'm saying, you got some answers, you got something to add on with or whatever. But however, yeah, that's how you got a lab rat. The lab rat was created so that the Europeans could have a specimen to do experiments on, that it give them the equivalent what's the word I'm looking for? The equivalent results of themselves.
True indeed.
Because all the other rats was colored, or what I say, had pigmentation, different levels of pigmentation. So they had to come up with a lab rat, which is a white rat, to be able to get them the results of themselves.
True indeed, God. And I think it's really something, because, just going back to our point, God, this was really a disease that primarily affected black men. That I'm not saying that it didn't affect black women, but this was something that they would they specific target.
Speaking about that, it affected everybody.
It affected everybody.
It affected everybody. However, this is just a certain point of history that we can pinpoint you to, and also something that you can go and look at on the big screen, on the movies, in regards to the history, in regards to how there has always been an attack on black masculinity or the black man in different forms. And right now we're just speaking about the biological, warfare, but it's also psychological, warfare, and physical. Once you attack the body, you got to attack the mind. Once you attack the mind, you got to attack the body. They go together.
True indeed, God. And just going back to the piece, it's just like just what we was talking about, that we have to understand that there's always been that us as a people, us as black and brown people, we in a lot of ways, we in a mental war. We in a battle for ourselves. And I think having access to information, having knowledge, having wisdom, having understanding is the way and the means that one can equip themselves to, stay successful, to be able to put on a defense, to be able to have a sword and have an armor, in a sense. Because if you don't have the knowledge of the history, you bound to repeat the same mistakes of the past, man. So We just want to add on with some of the sciences and some of the things that we kind of been building on and adding on to. If you out there in whatever platform that you on, whether you tuning in with us on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, or on TikTok, man, and you interested in this knowledge or interested in this culture, make sure that you go to the link, man, at the top of this video, the 5%connection.com, man, so we can get you connected to the gods and the earths in your respective areas, because, you know, that's our goal here, man, to be a connection, to connect you to our culture, to connect you to our way of life, to add on with you, as well as give some positive information, man, so that we can be able to enlighten the mind, God. You know what I mean? So peace to that.
More my wisdom to add on to your wisdom.
Yes, absolutely, man. And that's what we're here to do. So, me, you know, this is like the guy said, this is a Friday night cipher. If y'all got any questions in the comments, man, you know, we definitely appreciate the add on, man, too. And also, too, man, any of the gods out there that may be tuning in, if y'all got businesses or music or services, hit us up, man. We looking to really add some, doing a little bit more promo, especially for the gods, especially for the nation, man, and doing more than what we have, and just adding on in that aspect, man.
This our venue. This our venue. We want to open it up more to make sure we get more promotion going for the individuals that support us. We want to support you.
Peace, God.
You know, we want to, you know what I'm saying, give and give back. You know, that's how we do.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. I'm with you on that, guys. So it was just a few comments I wanted to read. 7 Power says, under attack, because the devil don't know that he can't compete with the black man. Oh, man, I can see that. Definitely. I mean, it's definitely something. And then to that point, man, I was talking about what Dr. Francis Cress Wilson talked about with the sports, man. When she just talked about how most sports and a lot of the sports, some of the big name sports, was examples of white male supremacy. She talked about golf, how golf was all about the little white ball, putting the white ball into a hole in Mother Earth, and the object of the game was to conquer the field or conquer the earth in as least amount of strokes as possible.
A hole in one.
A hole in one, right? Peace, God. Because with a hole in one, you win the game in one stroke.
Shit, right off the rip.
Right, but remember, the whole thing is, the game is competed with what? Almost like a phallus symbol. Mm-hmm. The rod. It's all about picking the best rod. The one who got the best rod and the best stroke of the ball into the green hole, into the hole which symbolizes the earth, is the one who conquered the field.
And you still end up getting Tiger Woods.
Peace to the gods. Yo, peace, Atomic, man. Peace to the God over there on IG, my man. Peace to the God. Yeah, say you still end up getting Tiger Woods. You ain't lying.
Oh, dog.
Hey, she went through pool too, God. Where she talked about how pool is a game that's played on a green table. Then the object of the game is to use a stick to hit the white ball to knock all the balls of color off the table.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Then what's the last ball you gotta hit? The 8 ball.
The 8 ball.
The black one, God.
Build or destroy.
Peace, God. The last ball. That's the black one. You know what I mean? But you gotta clean all the balls of color off. So just
and if you hit that black ball in by mistake at any time of the game, you lose.
You lose. Peace, God.
You know.
Right.
Science to this shit.
Well, you know all that is. That means you woke him up too early. You can't take him out if all the rest of the people on the field. Because especially when you think about it, that it's a game of global supremacy and dominance. That's what it's about. Dominating the field, God. You know what I mean? Especially if it's 2 people playing, because the object of the game is to clear their color balls first and take out the black one. You know, so just going to your point, God, like you said, Original Man Arthur said it too on Facebook, divide and conquer. And we as a whole fall for it every time. Yes, God.
That was the term I was looking for that I couldn't come up with. Divide and conquer.
Say divide and conquer.
Word
Absolutely.
is bond.
Word is bond. No, that's definitely the science. You know, so, I mean, and that's the whole thing, God. As the gods, as those with knowledge of self, it's our job to help the people not be divided and not be conquered, man. By us bringing the knowledge back to you, we able to bring you back home. Because so many of the people we lost. Understanding that not being lost away from the knowledge is like being lost away from yourself. It's being lost away from a piece of who you are. So when you come back to the knowledge or get the knowledge, you able to be whole. Versus being the way that we've been in the state that we've been in for the past so-called 500 years here in this country, man. Mentally divided, physically divided. I think which ends at knowledge of self.
No doubt.
It ends at knowledge of self. Because you come into something, and I know me myself, when I came into knowledge, I came into a body of information. Even if that was just the individuals around me. So it wasn't no question, it wasn't nothing that we couldn't get an understanding to or couldn't get an add-on to. Got anything you want to add on to that?
Yo, I just want to say that it just sparked me when you said that in regards to when you got knowledge, what it is that you came into.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yo, I learned how to build on a whole nother level. And it seemed to me like that was the purpose of it. It's like how I've heard it said that when individuals get money, it make you 10 times whatever it was that you was originally. Whatever you were originally, you get a hold of some money, it make you 10 times that. From my understanding and the way that I see it, then once you get knowledge yourself, and once you internalize it and you strive to make sure that you're using it for the, greatest good and production of yourself in the most positive way, that's getting some information that's going to allow you. It's way past money. It doesn't have a monetary value that you could put on it. But when you say it increases whatever it is that you was tenfold, I say, we got to add a couple of ciphers on that. And that's what I would say the knowledge of self, what it does, what it did for me. And I can only, have a testimony based on what it is that I've witnessed, what I bore witness to, what I bear in mind, what I've manifested. And I'm here to tell you that's what it do. It increases. It takes that which can be considered nothing and it adds on to it and it increases it, tenfold, and plus you can add on. So and that's what we're here to share with the people, ultimately, because what it is that I would say that the knowledge has done for me, I make sure that I take that and I strive to give that back.
Word.
So anybody come in contact with me, and if we end up walking and talking, in the end, you gonna come out an electrician. You know what I mean? Because this is the path that I'm walking, and this is the science that I got that I can give to the point where I don't have to take an individual and give him a sandwich, give him a fish sandwich. I'd rather take that individual and teach him how to fish, so he can feed himself forever.
That's right.
But this is what the knowledge did for me. And it caused me to be able to see things in different perspectives, in different ways, that I didn't see things before, and it caused me to hold certain things dear, in value to me, where these certain things I wasn't holding dear in value before, and I could see later on in life, after just standing fast and being an individual of principle, I can see how it pays off. And that's another thing when we talk about black masculinity and how it's under attack, because a lot of individuals are not taught principles. What we need to do is come back with rites of passage.
Peace, God.
Because I always say that to me, especially after getting knowledge of self, and once I got knowledge of self and I started having babies, all of my children, except for the youngest two, all of my children went to African-centered schools. They didn't go to schools where when they was given a map, Europe was the center of the map. They was given a map where Europe was the center of the map, and they was given a map where Africa was the center, the real map. That's another topic. But however, so saying all that to say is, well, I was striving to go into my history a little bit in regards to, all of those children went to African-centered schools. And, God, you remember that school system, right?
Yeah.
Yo, a lot of the guys in Earths started putting their children in this particular school system. And it reminds me of something that the god ABG was building on a video I seen a little while ago, where he was saying that when we wanted to come together and we wanted to make a change in a particular system, what we did was we would add on to that system. And the example was being in the school system. And once you could put all of your children in that school system and being parents, you become a part of the parent school association. And once you become a part of the parent school association, you know, you are able to bring about changes in the system. And just saying that to say, at this particular time, this particular school system, which was called the Insuroma, a lot of the guys on Earth put their children in them schools. And just based on us putting our children in them schools, we were able to make a change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In that system. And I mean, the change, you know, it wasn't a big change because it was already a system that was organized for original people.
Peace, God.
You know what I'm saying? But however, we brought our culture, we brought our way of life into the school system. You know, because they started seeing the sudden young guys and the young Earths coming in. They got names like, you know, Absolute Perfection, or, you know, Allah Kimra, or you got, you know, Lavaria, Pure Essence, you got, you know, Divinity, you got you Asia, you know, you got all different kind of babies.
Almighty, all kind of names.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? You know, it was a beautiful situation.
Word.
You know, but saying all that to say, we was able to make sure that idea, and we didn't even have to make sure. I can't even say we had to make sure because it was already an environment that was conducive to making sure that everybody knew what was what. Everybody knew their place. Everybody knew their role. Everybody knew what they were supposed to be doing. You know, you had the idea of black femininity being expressed and being appreciated and being respected. You had the idea of black masculinity being appreciated and being respected, you know, at its highest value, you know. And that was a school system that we was involved in.
Word.
You know. We need to make sure that we continue doing that. And we need to make sure that, you know, we got individuals, and those individuals that's doing it, we support them.
Right.
In regards to those school systems. You know, enroll your children in them school systems. Make sure that them school systems are up to par. You know what they're supposed to do or whatever.
Yeah, true indeed, God. And I think that having those systems in place, like you said, having those solutions, having those ways to combat some of it, man, is gonna be some of the ways to survive. And like we just been saying over the point of it, man, having first and foremost having the knowledge, having access to the information, man, getting with individuals and getting with people that got the knowledge and got the information, so that you can get it right and exact, man, getting exposed to things, so that you're not easily led in the wrong direction, but so that you're not easily led in the wrong direction, and you don't become hard to lead in the right direction, man. It shouldn't be hard to help you go to the positive way, man. So that's what we want to do. Help add on some information to your cipher, man, and to what you got going on. Yo, peace to everybody that's on Instagram, man. I see a few peace guys. I don't see too many questions. We don't really have no music section for the night, man. So we wanted to just kind of kick the build and express give a few add-ons and add on to a few things, man. We're gonna get ready to get up out of here. I see any other thoughts or anything else that you want to add on, man?
Well, I just want to say peace to everybody. Welcome back. I hope you got an earful. You know, if you didn't get a chance to get your question off, you know, or your statement or whatever, you know what I'm saying, make sure you hit us back next week. Same time, same channel. And just want to say peace to everybody. You know, enjoy your night. You know, be safe. And, you know, peace, love, and happiness.
Word. And listen, man, make sure y'all tuned in with us, man, next Friday, because we're going to have some more dope guests up in here. I got a great God, man. I'll be working to bring these great guys, man, out the woodwork when we can, and guys from all over the place. As well as, man, just in the 5% connection in general, man. I would that y'all enjoying the content. We've been getting a lot of love and a lot of support, man, on some of the content that we've been putting out. Man, we working to keep it coming. You know what I mean? I will that everything that y'all see and that y'all come across, man, it can be a positive influence and a positive impact for you in your life and your journey and knowledge. I know a lot of the people that tune in with us, man, is people that we've helped connect to the knowledge or helping to get connected to the knowledge. Listen, if you want to learn more about our culture, it's only so much that you can learn through a phone, through a computer screen. There's only so much that you can learn from a Google search. And we appreciate y'all support and everybody's support and coming through, checking us out and doing the knowledge. But you really want to learn this for real, man, and really get it for yourself and for your mindset. Make sure you hit the link in our bio, man, the 5% Connection. Come to our events, attend the Universal Parliament.
Put boots on the ground.
I'm telling you, we got classes. All that is gods and earths all over the place, man. That's adding on in positive directions and positive means. And if you a positive individual in a positive space, man, it's a must that you get in the mix, man, and get connected, especially if you 16 and under. You know what I mean? We really looking, and I know, especially the fam on TikTok and Instagram, it be a lot of young cats hitting us up with questions, and we're looking to understand. Yo, peace, Mr. Atlas, peace, bro, on YouTube. I see you, man. How you feeling? Send us some of your new joints, man. I know you got some new music, man. Send us something. But yeah, especially if all our young people out there, all our young brothers, especially off TikTok, man. Y'all 20 and under, 16 and under. Where you at, man? Y'all keep hitting us up. Send us y'all email. Send us your name, your phone number, your email address, man, so we can put you with the gods and put you with the earths, man. Get you learning, man. If it ain't for you, make sure you keep tuning in. If you just coming through for the knowledge and just coming through to add on and learn something new every Friday, we appreciate you too, man, and we here for y'all.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? Straight up, can you see that? I see. Is that fair?
I see it. I see it all day. You know what I'm saying? I see it with a third eye view.
Yeah.
You know?
So listen, man. With that, man, we're gonna lead y'all, man, in the same way that we greeted y'all, man. Y'all know how we do this, the God and Earth Hour, man. We ain't gonna keep y'all in here all day. We're gonna check y'all in here next Friday, man. Make sure that y'all tuned in for some super special guests that we got. And with that, man, we're gonna get up out of here. Peace.